What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the LV Raider 10 YouTube channel. And with the Raiders being on the bye week, I had to kind of switch something up and do a different kind of video. So today what we're going to be doing is, as you can probably tell from the title of the video, is going to be an NFL trivia from the NFL YouTube channel. It's going to be 50 questions. This is the first time I even knew that they did kind of trivia questions to kind of test like the fans out. So this is a 50 NFL trivia question that get increasingly harder. So we're going to go ahead and try our luck. Kind of a longer video. 50 questions is kind of a lot. Hopefully I get a good score. I'm a little nervous about that. I don't want to seem like a casual. So let's just hop right into it, I guess.
Hit up the comments section after you're done and tell everybody how many you got right. It's NFL trivia. Let's go.
Hopefully that's all good stuff. Hopefully we get all good scores. Let me know your score down below.
Which player has won the most Super Bowl MVPs? Terry Bradshaw, Tom Brady, or Joe Montana?
So I know it's going to give me a 5 seconds counter, but we're just going to ignore that because why not? Obviously, I think this one's kind of easy. The most Super Bowls ever won is by Tom Brady. So I'm pretty sure that means he's going to win the most MVPs. Let's see.
Nobody's ever won more Super Bowls. Nobody's ever been better.
Tom Brady. He's won 5 of them. Patrick Mahomes coming. He's at 3 as of 2025.
Also, this is from 2 months ago, so I don't know how updated it is, but 2 months is not that bad.
I don't know.
Who said it? Name the coach in this clip.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope.
That's a pretty famous soundbite by head coach of the Colts at the time, Jim Mora.
We can win a game.
That would be Jim Mora in 2001 following a loss to San Francisco. Forgotten, he was peeved over some kid named Peyton Manning throwing 4 INTs in that game alone.
It was horrible.
What city did the Ravens play in before they landed in Baltimore?
December 17th, 1995 would reverberate across the football world.
And for any of you football historians, I actually had to think about it for a little bit. They were the Cleveland Browns before the Cleveland Browns. So the Cleveland Browns, and then they moved over to Baltimore.
Cleveland. Owner Art Modell moving the team in 1996. Browns were shut down until 1999.
26 years season's ticket holder. I'm going to cut my seat out.
They are done.
What was the nickname of the Washington offensive line that won Super Bowl 17? Hog Mollies Inc., the Hogs, Big Pigs.
I'm pretty sure this is the Hogs. The other two just don't sound right, so I'm going to go with the Hogs. I'm so thankful that they gave the options here because if I had to, just get this off the top of my head, I would not have done it. So I'm going to go with the Hogs here.
It was the Hogs. It started when offensive line coach Joe Bugle joked, "You guys are a bunch of hogs, get out of the pen." Which NFL player is nicknamed the Honey Badger? Tyrann Mathieu, Tyreek Hill, or Aaron Donald?
It was Honey Badger. Yeah. The Honey Badger lights him.
Yep, I think this one is pretty easy as well. I've been watching him since he was in college at LSU, and that is going to be the Honey Badger, the one and only Tyrann Mathieu.
Tyrann Mathieu got the name in college, and it was in fact inspired by the viral YouTube video. His teammates said Tyrann might be small, but he's fearless, just like that little beast on YouTube. What name is given to the last player selected in the NFL draft?
And we've saved the best till last with the 2.
This one is pretty infamous as well. Of course, the most famous person to be this player, which is called Mr. Irrelevant, is Brock Purdy, the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. So this is going to be Mr. Irrelevant.
162nd pick.
Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy, the reigning king of the Irrelevants. He signed a $200+ million contract in 2025. Seems pretty relevant now.
Good luck, Mr. Irrelevant.
What were the Kansas City Chiefs once known as? The Dallas Texans, the Cincinnati Celts, or the Hartford Blues?
The American Football League. From a dream to reality.
Yeah, I am getting absolutely bailed out with them giving us options here, but they were definitely known as the Dallas Texans before.
In just 1 year.
It was the Dallas Texans. They played 3 years there, won the AFL title in 1962, and moved to Kansas City in 1963. Take that, Dallas. Only one of these teams has held the #1 pick in the draft before. Which is it? The New England Patriots, the Denver Broncos, or the Baltimore Ravens?
Ooh, this one is actually kind of a tough one. I want to say it's the Patriots. Excuse me if I'm wrong. I believe Drew Bledsoe was the #1 overall pick. And then the other two obviously didn't have the #1 overall pick. I'm going to go with Pats. This might be our first missed guess here.
And an emotional moment, no doubt, being shared together on the stage.
The New England Patriots. The Denver Broncos' highest pick was second in 2011. They took Von Miller. The Ravens' highest pick ever, fourth, twice. They got Peter Boulware in 97 and Jonathan Ogden in 96.
Cool.
Which of these two
I can't believe I knew that. That's just insane.
teams are tied for the most #1 picks? The Bengals, the Rams, and the Colts.
I think it's the Colts. I don't know why, and I actually don't know this question. I feel like I probably knew the other question a little bit more. This one, I want to say it's the Colts, but this is just pure guess.
And reward for choosing first overall.
The answer is B and C. The Colts and the Rams are tied for the most #1
There we
picks
go.
ever. Each has held the pick 7 times.
So this is, I want to say historic, maybe monumental.
Which of these players has the longest run in Super Bowl history?
Come on. We all know this one, especially me as a Raider fan. Oh, my other hat has this guy on him. But this is, of course, Marcus Allen.
John Riggins, Marcus Allen, or Willie Parker?
My favorite Raider of all time, Marcus Allen.
Willie Parker. He broke off a 75-yarder versus Seattle in the 2005 Super Bowl.
Am I dumb?
Parker, 75 yards on that run, 93 total for the game.
They call him Fast Willie Parker.
What is the one Super Bowl?
That one I feel like I should have gotten. That one hurt. So, first missed guess. Wow, I was extremely confident on that one.
That was officially referred to without Roman numerals.
A 2.5-hour carnival of color, sound.
What was the one Super Bowl officially referred to without Roman numerals? Was it Super Bowl 50? It didn't have Roman numerals.
Super Bowl 50, which saw the Broncos beat the Panthers, Peyton Manning riding off into the sunset. The Pete Rozelle Trophy is given to the winner of which of the following awards? Coach of the Year, Super Bowl MVP, or League MVP?
I actually don't know this, but Pete Rozelle was a former commissioner of the NFL, so I'm gonna have to go with Coach of the Year. That seems close. I really don't know. I feel like I probably should know this, but I actually don't know. I'm gonna go with Coach of the Year.
Super Bowl MVP, they named it after the former commissioner starting in 1990.
I actually really did not know that.
I get a car.
What is this game known as?
Here he is, Bill.
Sadly, I know exactly what this game is called. This is the Tuck Roll game. As any Raider fan would know, the Tuck Roll game.
Down on Brady, calls the football.
The Tuck Rule game. It's the 2001 AFC divisional game between the Raiders and Patriots. Tom Brady later admitting it might have been a fumble.
What the hell is the Tuck Rule? What is that?
What is the highest score ever in an NFL game? 110, 113, or 108?
Ooh, I honestly don't know. The highest score that I can think of at the top of my head was the Chiefs and Rams. I believe it was a Monday night game, and that was relatively recent, so I don't think that's the highest scoring game, but I'm going to go with 110 because I actually don't remember what the final score of that game was, but I know it was like huge points, 50 plus, I think, for both teams, so I'm going to go with 110.
Jurgensen threw, and Taylor caught. The defense scored 2.
The answer is 113. 1966 Washington Redskins 72-41 over the
72 points? Damn. I did not know that. 72 points in a game is insane.
New York Giants. 72, the most any team has ever scored in a single regular season game.
On a day, the sky rained footballs.
What two teams have met each other the most number of times in the Super Bowl?
Ooh, now this is a tough question. Oh, I'm definitely going to have to think about this one because this is really tough. I'm going to have to assume it involves the Patriots because they've been to the most Super Bowls. Wow. I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm just going to take the L on this one. I'm going to have to think if I get half a point, it's going to be the Patriots. I'll give myself half a point, but I really don't know. That is a really tough question.
The Steelers and the Cowboys.
That makes sense. That actually makes sense.
Super Bowl 10, 1975 season, Super Bowl 13, 1978 season, and Super Bowl 30, the 95 season. How many yards is an NFL field? 100, 120, or 117?
This is, of course, 120. 100 yards within, goal line to goal line, and then, of course, the goal lines are 10 yards, so it makes it 120.
Give me a measurement. I want a measurement. You've got inches here.
120, 100 yards of playable field, 10 yards per end zone. Which team currently plays in a stadium nicknamed the Jungle?
This one is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. I believe that is it. I'm pretty certain that's what it is. I mean, I've been there, so I would hope that I would know this. So I'm going to go with Cincinnati.
The Bengals do. 3 fans in 1988 unfurled a banner with the Jungle painted on it. Now before every kickoff, GNR's Welcome to the Jungle plays. What team was the first champion of the APFA, which is what the NFL was originally known as? The Akron Pros, the Decatur Staleys, or the Portsmouth Spartans?
There were new people, new teams, new coaches, new players.
I am at a loss. I have no clue. I want to say the Akron Pros, just simply because Akron, Ohio is close to where football started. I'm going to go with Akron Pros just simply because Akron is close-ish, I guess, to Canton, which is where football started. So I'm going to go with Akron. But if you know this off the top of your head, that is insane ball knowledge. I will give you that. That is insane ball knowledge.
3 year almost.
The Akron Pros. They didn't lose a game either. 8-0-3. Take that, 72 Dolphins. When were helmets made mandatory in the NFL? 1943, 1953, or 1960?
Fearlessness in the...
I'm going to go ahead and say 1953. I know it was 1960. The Raiders were established in 1960. That doesn't seem right that they were required to have helmets in 1960. I'm going to go with either 43 or 53, but I think it's 1953. That's just my guess. Again.
Face of contact brought about a revolutionary change in football headgear.
Although helmets were mandatory in 1943, leather helmets were still used into the early 50s by some players before plastic models took over completely.
I've heard.
Yeah, that's just what I was. That's what I was thinking. I was talking about leather. That's why I got it wrong for sure.
Players say you're not a football player until you get some of your teeth knocked out. That's idiotic. You know, who wants your teeth knocked out?
What was the name of Canton's Ohio team?
This will be the Canton Bulldogs. I pretty sure I seen a bunch of different Canton Bulldog stuff when I went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. And then I believe it's also the high school's mascot is the Bulldogs. So I'm going to go with Bulldogs.
The Canton Bulldogs. They won the league title back-to-back years, going 21-0-3, so take that, Pros. Who was the first NFL team to win a regular season game in London? The New York Giants, Jacksonville Jaguars, or the New York Jets?
This seems kind of, I don't want to say obvious, but because Jacksonville plays so often in London, I'm going to just go ahead and say it was Jacksonville. That seems like it's London's kind of pseudo team is Jacksonville. So I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And honestly, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Whatever, I guess. But I'm going to go with Jacksonville.
We had to travel a little bit further. We had to do all that.
The New York Giants beat the Dolphins in 2007 13-10. What a first impression. That's 5 scores. So how was it different than the football they were used to seeing there?
Man, it's nasty out here, man.
How many NFL teams have hosted a Super Bowl in their own stadium?
How many NFL teams have played a Super Bowl in their own stadium? So LA did it first, the Rams, and then Tampa did it the year after. I think only 2, because I'm pretty sure that the Rams were the first team that they were basically playing in their home stadium. So I'm going to go with 2.
2, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the LA Rams. Tampa Bay won it as the designated home team. The Rams won it at SoFi, but they technically were the away team.
I was saving up for the Super Bowl. You did it!
Who is the all-time leading...
That's our owner. That's the Raiders owner. Who is the all-time leading rusher in NFL history? Oh, I'm so dumb. I should know this off the top of my head. Is it Eric Dickerson? I think it's Eric Dickerson.
Rusher in NFL history.
That's my guess, is Eric Dickerson.
Emmitt Smith. Did you know his first name?
I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. Why didn't I... I'm so dumb. I'm so sorry. I knew that too. I am so dumb. I can't believe I said that. Definitely Emmitt Smith. I am so... That one is a huge miss. That one... Tear me apart in the comments for that one. That one is a huge miss.
Name wasn't supposed to have 2 T's in it. It was a hospital mistake.
Joe better man, you catch 22, and you still ain't caught him yet.
Which of these teams has lost the least number of Super Bowls? Denver Broncos, New England Patriots, or Buffalo Bills?
One more disappointment.
So, it's definitely not the Bills. They've lost 4 Super Bowls. The Broncos have lost at least 2 or 3. The Pats have lost, I think, 3 as well. I'm going to go with... Ooh, I want to say it's maybe the Broncos. How many times did John Elway go and then didn't win? That's the one that's sticking in my head. I think I'm going to go with the Patriots, though. I think I'm going to go with the Patriots. It feels like the safer answer for some reason.
This team would have to endure and overcome.
Buffalo, who's only lost 4, Denver and New England with 5 losses each.
I could... Oh, I get... Okay, so the Patriots lost to the 85 Bears. That's the one I'm forgetting. And then, of course, I'm forgetting how many times John Elway went and lost. So, I guess 4. Wow, that's crazy.
4!
Who is the youngest Super Bowl winning quarterback in NFL history?
The youngest quarterback ever to win.
Ooh, the youngest quarterback to win in NFL history. Is that Tom Brady as well? It was, what, his second year that he was given the starting role after Drew Bledsoe got hurt? I'm going to go with Tom Brady.
And a Super Bowl championship. The game is over.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, I knew that one too. I'm a zero ball knower. I'm a zero ball knower. I knew that. I really knew that. I am just really showing that I'm a zero ball knower right now. I'm a casual. I am such a casual right now. Wow. I knew that. Wow. Ben Roethlisberger.
23 years old, 11 months when he beat Seattle in the bowl for the 2005 season. 4 teams have never played in a Super Bowl. The Jaguars, Texans, Browns, and who?
Jaguars, Texans, Browns, and... Wow. I feel like that should be kind of obvious. Have never played in a Super Bowl. Have the Lions not played in a Super Bowl? I think the Lions. Jaguars and Texans make sense because they're the most recent teams to be established. And the Browns as well because they were established in 99. I don't think the Lions have played in a Super Bowl. They played in NFL championships, but I don't think they've played in a Super Bowl. So I'm going to go with Lions. God.
The Detroit Lions,
Yes.
the Lions and Browns both at least hold
That was an absolute shot in the dark. Absolute shot in the dark. The Lions have been around for a very long time. This is kind of surprising.
NFL titles pre-Super Bowl era.
See?
Man, it's the whole point of this day.
Which sprinter is the only man with an Olympic gold medal and a Super Bowl ring? Bob Hayes, Tyreek Hill, or Chad Ochocinco?
It's Bullet Bob Hayes. I knew this off the top of my head. Bob Hayes.
These are the eyes of the fastest man in shoulder pads. Fastest man in the world.
Bullet Bob won 2 gold medals in the 100 meters and the 4x100 relay, helped the Cowboys beat Miami in Super Bowl VI.
Hayes claims that every year he gets even faster.
Who was the first overall pick in Houston Texans history?
Shout out to this guy right here. Has a really good podcast with his brother right now. And that's Derek Carr's brother, David Carr, the first overall pick in 2002 for the Houston Texans. David Carr out of Fresno State.
This is a great day for Houston, and I hope a great day for football.
David Carr, 2002. Carr wished he could have gone back to school. He got sacked 76 times that year, still an NFL record.
Are you ready for some football?
Which team is missing? The Baltimore Colts, San Francisco 49ers, and one other team joined the NFL together, coming over from the defunct All-American Football Conference in 1950. Which team was it?
Join the NFL.
Yeah, if you know this question off the top of your head, again, you must be an NFL historian because I actually don't know. Call me a casual if I don't know this question right here. I've shown I'm probably a casual after the Ben Roethlisberger and the Emmitt Smith questions, but this one I truly don't know. I am going to go with... Yeah, I have actually no guess at all. I guess I can just throw a dart at a board right now and say 1950. Yeah, I'm just going to take the L on this one. I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue.
1950, after dominating the old All-America Conference,
The Cleveland Browns. The 49ers went 3-9 that first year. The Colts 1-11. The Browns, they won the whole enchilada.
I think we would have played for a keg of beer, me in my case a chocolate milkshake.
Which was the 10th and final team to join the AFL in 1968.
Ooh, for some reason, I want to say the Jets. I feel like the Jets were the last team to join the AFL. No clue. Again, no clue. But I'm going to go with the Jets. For some reason, the Jets are speaking to me right now.
It was the Cincinnati Bengals who went 3-11 that first year. Cleveland's former head coach Paul Brown leading the way to get the franchise going after the Browns fired the legend a few years prior.
That makes sense now. I'm sure if I had like an hour to think about it, I probably could have came to that conclusion. Yeah, I would have never got that though.
Kill or be killed.
Who is the missing member of the Los Angeles Rams' fearsome foursome defense? It was Lamar Lundy, Rosie Greer, Deacon Jones, and who?
Yeah, call me a casual ball knower because I actually don't know. The only person I know on the fearsome foursome was Deacon Jones. So we're going to take the L on this one as well. Not feeling great about the past couple questions here. That's for sure.
Merlin Olsen, Hall of Famer.
I've heard the name, but I definitely would not have gotten it, for sure. I've definitely heard of Merlin Olsen before. That just escaped me for sure.
And actor, he was on The Little House on the Prairie and Father Murphy, to name a few.
And that's when we found out we had a problem because Merlin had no rhythm.
What two teams played in the Freezer Bowl? Dallas Cowboys and Green Bay Packers, San Diego Chargers and Cincinnati Bengals, or the Miami Dolphins and New England Patriots?
the temperature is
It's the Cowboys and Packers, but for some reason, the Chargers Bengals are talking to me right now. Unless that's another game that I'm thinking of. It's definitely the Cowboys Packers, but the Chargers Bengals for some reason are sticking out for me, and it kind of tripped me up. But the final answer is gonna definitely be Cowboys Packers.
dropped to 9 below, with winds gusting at 35 miles per hour.
It was San Diego versus Cincinnati, 1981 AFC Championship.
Am I casual? Is this? is this quiz making me realize that I am an NFL history casual? Because either I'm overthinking it and choosing the other teams that I didn't think it was, but I don't know. Yeah. I definitely should have gotten that one. Basically, I definitely should have gotten that one.
With wind chill, it was minus 59 degrees Fahrenheit, coldest game in history.
And frankly, folks, you've got to be crazy, nuts, to be out there today.
What year did the New York Jets and Cleveland Browns play the first Monday Night Football game?
Welcome to ABC's Monday Night Primetime National Football League.
I don't know. I'm going to just throw out a year. 71. No. I don't know. What year did the Jets and the Browns play the first Monday Night Football game? So those are both AFL teams. I'm going to go 69. 70. Let's go 70. I feel better about 70. I don't know. I'm going to go 1970.
Television series.
1970, yeah, Cleveland won 31-21. Howard Cosell and Don Meredith called it. Cosell threw up during the game, on Meredith's boots no less. What two teams were playing when Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson performed at halftime?
Dude, I have no clue. I really don't remember. Let's just go with Niners and Baltimore. I'm gonna go Niners Baltimore.
Super Bowl 30.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely wasn't gonna get that. I actually really don't remember. I know it's a pretty famous halftime show, but I could not associate the halftime show with the game at all.
8 featured the New England Patriots defeating the Carolina Panthers 32-29, 9/16 of a second during Justin and Janet's performance, creating as much talk as the game itself.
Almost brings a tear to my eye.
Who played in the Mud Bowl in the 1977 playoffs? The Minnesota Vikings and Los Angeles Rams, or Denver versus Oakland?
But the all-pervasive downpour could not have been more
This is the Raiders, right? Raiders Broncos? I'm going Raiders Broncos.
Damaging.
Amazingly, the Vikings and Rams played in it, and it wasn't in Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna take the L on that one. This is getting a little out of hand on how many times I've gotten these questions wrong. So, yeah.
Minnesota, Vikings won 14-7 at LA Memorial Coliseum.
The chemistry was simple enough. H2O doused the Rams' fire.
What team did the New York Giants play against in the Miracle at the Meadowlands game on November 19th, 1978?
This is the Philadelphia Eagles. And I believe it was Herm Edwards that made the play, if I'm not correct. But it was definitely the Eagles. I believe it was Herm Edwards, though.
Barely a minute to play. What happened next would be a fragment in time.
Philadelphia Eagles. New York was up 17-12 with 30 seconds left, and Philadelphia had no timeouts left. QB Joe Pisarcik had fumbled a kneel the week before, so head coach John McVay called for a handoff that was fumbled on the exchange and returned for the game-winning TD by Herm Edwards.
Of all the narrow...
See, sometimes I got ball knowledge. Sometimes, guys. Don't just tune out just yet. I know ball.
Losses. The most memorable and painful occurred to Philadelphia.
What two teams played in the snowplow game in 1982?
In a scoreless tie, in one of the most infamous moments in professional...
This is Cleveland. Is it Cleveland-Denver? Oh, man. I want to say Cleveland-Denver. That's the final answer. Cleveland and Denver.
Professional football.
The Dolphins and the Patriots in New England.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't listen to me. I know nothing.
Schaefer Stadium snowplow operator Mark Henderson cleared a spot on the snowy field specifically for New England kicker John Smith so he could boot a field goal to give the Patriots a 3-0 lead en route to winning the game by the same score.
I should have gone out and thrown myself in front of the snowplow.
What year were John Elway, Todd Blackledge, Jim Kelly, Tony Eason, Ken O'Brien, and Dan Marino all taken in the first round?
John Elway.
Oh my God, I should know this. It's like the best quarterback class of all time, arguably. Oh my God. How do I not know this? It's not coming to me off the top of my head right now. Wow. This one is definitely gonna hurt. It's for sure either late 70s, early 80s. Is it 82? Oh man, I'm gonna go with 82 just to get a guess out there, but I don't think it is. I want to say 82 though.
Of Stanford, Todd Blackledge, Jim Kelly, Tony Eason.
It was the 1983 NFL Draft. Elway, two-time Super Bowl winner, Hall of
So close, so close.
Fame. Marino, 1 Super Bowl loss, Hall of Fame. Kelly, 4 Super Bowl losses, Hall of Fame. Eason, a Super Bowl loss. O'Brien, 2 Pro Bowls. Blackledge considered the miss. What team's fans made famous the Dog Pound beginning in 1985, which still rocks today?
Okay, this one is easy. They gave me a softball for question number 39. Thanks, guys. This is, of course, the Cleveland Browns.
It kind of caught on that we named the whole defense the Dogs because we're out there on the field just having a good time.
The Dog Pound is made up of Cleveland Browns super fans. 2 cornerbacks were barking at each other at a training camp once, and fans started doing it back.
Browns fans not only identified with the Dogs, they reveled in them.
What was the only team to beat the 15-1 San Francisco 49ers in 1984?
Montana goes back. Montana firing out to the far side.
Who was the only team that beat the 15-1 San Francisco 49ers in 1984? No clue. Not gonna lie. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe let's just throw a team at a dartboard. I'm gonna say the Dolphins.
Picked off all the way down the sideline.
The Pittsburgh Steelers took down the Niners in Week 7.
Yeah, I had absolutely no clue.
Only loss they took as they won the Super Bowl, lost 20-17 no less, giving up 10 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to lose it. What team did the Tennessee Titans defeat in the Music City Miracle game on January 8th, 2000?
I believe this is the New Orleans Saints. I am very confident in this, so if I get it wrong, I might just turn it off and go home. Or I'm already home. Go to sleep. New Orleans Saints, please.
They beat the Buffalo Bills 20.
What play am I thinking of? What play am I thinking of? That the Saints lost in the last second. Am I tripping? Is that not a play? Wow. I have no clue.
22-16. With 16 seconds to play, Buffalo was up 16-15. They kicked it off. Tennessee pulled off one of the greatest trick plays anyone has ever seen.
The Music City Miracle, the greatest play in franchise history.
What head coach was fired after leading his team to a 14-2 record, the best in the NFL in 2006? Marty Schottenheimer, Tony Dungy, or Brian Billick?
This seems like something the Chargers would do. I think I'm going to go with Marty Schottenheimer. Oh, I don't know. Tony Dungy, I feel like, has been wronged. Especially in Tampa. Maybe Tony Dungy because... Oh, no, this is 2006. So, I'm going to go with Marty Schottenheimer. Yeah, let's go with Marty Schottenheimer. Because that was... I believe 2006 was the year that the Chargers had the #1 offense and defense. And then they didn't make the playoffs, I believe it was.
First to first, how sweet it is.
A power struggle between Marty and San Diego GM A.J. Smith led to Schottenheimer's departure.
The hell am I going to go back and talk to him again?
4 teams all won their division with a losing record. The 2022 Buccaneers, the 2020 Washington football team, the 2014 Carolina Panthers, and who else?
I gotta be honest, I have absolutely no clue. Again, names at a dartboard. The one that's yelling at me in the back of my mind is Seattle. I don't think they won their division that season that I'm thinking of Beastquake. I think they just made the playoffs with the losing record. But I'm just gonna go with Seattle because I actually have no clue.
It was the 2010 Seattle Seahawks, which means they were the first to ever do it. Hey, that led to the Beastquake in their home playoff game.
Guys, I'm telling you, I know ball. I'm telling you.
They lost to Chicago the next week, though.
No matter how many times they fell, they never once failed.
Who is the youngest player to take part in a Super Bowl? Jamal Lewis, Tom Brady, or Dan Marino?
I really don't know. I guess Tom Brady last time for the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl. So I'm gonna go ahead and not say Tom Brady because he won his first Super Bowl. So that would make the previous question correct on me, and it wasn't. So I will have to say Jamal Lewis. I'm gonna say Jamal Lewis.
Jamal Lewis, 21 years old. The year was 2000, 102 yards and a TD for the youngster in the Ravens' blowout of the Giants. Who was the first player to utter the words after a Super Bowl win, "I'm going to Disney World"?
Let's go to Disney World.
Oh my god, I feel like I know this. Was it Troy Aikman? Oh man, I think it's Troy Aikman. I know. Oh man. I'm pretty sure I seen a video or something of Bob Iger wanting to do this whole going to Disney World promotion and asking the Cowboys, whoever was going to win. So that was, yeah, I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm just thinking out loud right now. So I'm going to go ahead and say that it was Troy Aikman, though.
It was Phil Simms in 1986.
Okay, I'm just dumb. That is literally the most iconic "I'm going to Disney World" ever video. Every time that whoever says I'm going to Disney World from now, it always plays this video first. So the fact that I didn't get it, I'm so dumb. Did Troy Aikman even ever say that he said? Did he ever even say that I'm going to Disney World?
You and the Dallas Cowboys just won the Super Bowl. What are you going to do next? I'm going to Disney World.
That feels like a miss. If you can't tell, it feels like a miss.
Paid him $75,000 to do it.
Gonna go to Disneyland, yeah, brother.
God, I hope Coach doesn't see me do this.
Which of these positions has never produced a Super Bowl MVP? Defensive end, tight end, or cornerback?
Main man and...
I honestly, so defensive end, I believe Von Miller won MVP. I could be wrong. Again, I feel like this whole trivia game is making me question my football knowledge. Cornerback, and I swear cornerback has definitely won. So I'm going to go with tight end. I don't think a tight end has won Super Bowl MVP. So I'm going to go with tight end.
Super Bowl on his way to being named the game's most valuable player.
It was tight end, the best game ever by a tight end in a Super Bowl. Gronk had a good one in their loss to Philadelphia, but how about Dan Ross, Super Bowl 16, 11 catches, 104 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Bengals, who lost, and so did tight ends everywhere. Name the kicker who hit a single-game NFL record, 8 field goals for the Tennessee Titans in 2007.
In Week 7...
I don't know. Name the kicker who hit a single-game NFL record, 8 field goals for the Titans in 2007. I gotta be honest, I have absolutely zero clue. Zero clue. I'm not even gonna put a name out there because I'm gonna sound dumb. No.
His performance put him in the record books.
It was Rob Baronis. He hit a 52-yarder in there, but his 29-yarder with 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter won the game.
Yeah, I've heard of Rob Baronis before. I would have gotten that, so I don't feel like bad about it, but I've definitely heard of his name before.
What's
everyone doing this?
Because it's good.
What musical act performed at the Super Bowl first?
What musical act performed at the Super Bowl first? I'm honestly not entirely sure what this is asking, but I'm assuming it's like who's the first Super Bowl performer? And I actually don't know who that is. I am not completely sure. So, I guess it must have been in Super Bowl 25, because that's what this says here. Maybe Super Bowl 25 was the first Super Bowl to have a halftime performance? Yeah, I have absolutely no clue.
It was the 1990 season. New Kids on the...
See, now, I would have never in a million years... And never in a million years would have gotten New Kids on the Block. Never in a million years would I have gotten that. If you knew this question, tell me that right now in the comments below. Because that is absurd. That is absolutely absurd.
block, Giants-Bills wide right game. Don't remember them? It wasn't shown. Gulf War was going on and it took over halftime coverage.
Did you ever know that you're my hero?
4 players have won the Heisman and Super Bowl MVP: Roger Staubach, Jim Plunkett, Marcus Allen, and...
4 players have won the Heisman and Super Bowl MVP. Staubach, Plunkett, Marcus Allen, this guy. It's going to be a really obvious name. I already know it. And it's going to really hurt me because I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. 4 players have won Heisman and Super Bowl MVP. Who is missing? This one is going to hurt me for sure. I don't know. I really don't know. So we're going to take the L on this one. Ouch.
Desmond Howard, 96 season.
Okay, I don't feel terrible about that one. I wouldn't have gotten it. I honestly always forget Desmond Howard has even won Super Bowl MVP. Obviously, he's a pretty famous Heisman winner, but I forget he won Super Bowl MVP. So, I don't feel bad about that one.
Packers beat New England 35-21, 244 total return yards, only special teamer to win the Super Bowl MVP.
Exactly, the only special teamer to win Super Bowl MVP, so don't feel bad not knowing that one.
He has been MVP without a doubt.
The Super Bowl MVP.
Okay, question number 50. Drum roll. I don't know if there's going to have any effects here, but drum roll. All right, Super Bowl MVP has only been given to a player on the losing team once. Who won it? I believe this was a Dallas Cowboy. Maybe? Was it a Dallas Cowboy? I just want to say I think it was Roger Staubach, or it was a defensive player on the Cowboys. No, I think it was a defensive player on the Cowboys, but I don't know who it was. Yeah, I'm not getting this one, but I think it was a defensive player on the Cowboys. I want to say no clue. Honestly, I have absolutely no clue. But Roger Staubach and defensive player yet to be named on the Cowboys. If I get either of those guys, I am getting a half point because this is my game. You know what? I make up the rules. I get the points.
MVP has only been given to a player on the losing team once. Who won it?
January 17th, 1971 defied the experts.
Chuck Howley, Super Bowl V. Cowboys lost to the Colts despite Howley forcing a fumble and picking off.
So, hey, I said it. I got it right. Defensive player on the Dallas Cowboys. Did I know who it was? No, but I did say I would get half a point for it. So, I'm going to give myself half a point.
2 passes.
So that was 50 NFL trivia questions that get increasingly harder. And to be honest, I feel like I did pretty good. I actually don't really know what the score is right now. It'll probably be somewhere around here to show you guys exactly what I got. But I felt pretty good for the most part, I would say. But some of them definitely made me feel like a casual because I definitely should have known Ben Roethlisberger was the youngest quarterback to win an NFL Super Bowl. And I definitely should have known who was the leading rusher in the NFL in NFL history. So those 2 questions definitely hurt me. I know there's probably a couple more that I overreacted to for sure. But there was a lot that definitely proved I'm not a casual. So if you think I was a casual, let me know down below. Let me know what you guys got in score. I know 50 questions is a lot to keep track of, but let me know what your scores were down below as well. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, Raider Nation. And as always, just win, baby.